It is now 11:30 in the East. You hear that chime? We have a projection. It is a big one. It is the state of Florida. 29 electoral votes. They go to Donald Trump.
Just now, in the hidden world of imitation Trump's super-rich life, every move he makes shows off his wealth and power. His private jet has golden seat belts, and his armored car is all about luxury. Every detail is made to keep him at the top, away from everyone else. His vehicles, like his golden motorcycle and his fancy Rolls-Royce, are more than just ways to get around. They shout out how rich he is. But what if there's more to this secretive, extravagant lifestyle than meets the eye? Tune in to discover what lies behind the curtains of his opulent and closely guarded existence. An exploration through air, land, and sea luxuries. When imitation Trump steps out of his house, a carefully organized plan immediately kicks into action. Whether he's flying in one of his private jets, moving in a motorcade of armored cars, or stepping onto his famous yacht, the Trump Princess, everything is done with precision and attention to detail. But what exactly does it take to transport a former president? Someone always in the public eye, in such a private way. In this conversation, we'll look at his luxurious travel setups, from the skies to the seas and everything in between. Get ready to explore private jets, custom vehicles, helicopters, and the kind of privacy only a former president can have. Let's start with his private jets. As his private jet starts up, a surprise message comes in. Stop all flights right now. The pilot, who has flown many times, gets a nervous feeling. He looks at the message again. Why would they need to stop a former president from flying? There's a secret envelope on the co-pilot's seat with answers only a few people know. Now it's time for him to find out what's inside. His love for flying goes back before this 757. Before Trump Force One, there was the Boeing 727, which he bought in 1997. Just like his current jet, the 727 had gold-plated seatbelts, a private bedroom, and a dining room fit for royalty. However, with 3 engines that used up a lot of fuel, the 727 was expensive to operate, up to $10,000 an hour just to keep it in the air. It's no wonder he eventually switched to the 757, which is not only more efficient, but just as luxurious. His private jet, the Cessna Citation X, is famous for being one of the fastest business jets. It can carry 9 passengers and was considered a must-have for someone as busy as he was. He bought the jet back in 1997, and it became a key part of his political campaigns, allowing him to travel quickly from one event to another. In 2016, the jet grabbed headlines when he kept using it, even though its registration had expired. He said it was the Federal Aviation Administration's fault, but either way, the jet stayed a big part of his travel plans until he sold it in 2024. Along with the jet, he also owned a few Sikorsky S-76 helicopters. These weren't just regular helicopters. They were luxurious, with leather seats, gold accents, and fancy wood panels made from African mahogany. He made sure his brand was displayed on them, turning these helicopters into flying symbols of wealth and power. During his 2024 presidential run, his personal jet, Trump Force One, really stood out. It wasn't just for getting from one place to another, it also served as a venue for rallies and important meetings. For him, traveling isn't just about going from point A to point B, it's about making a statement. His planes and helicopters scream luxury, power, and safety, all things he holds in high regard. But it doesn't stop when he's on the ground. His love for extravagance shows in his cars too. He owns a custom limousine, an extended Cadillac that combines luxury with top-notch security. This limo is armored to handle serious attacks, and inside it's just as fancy, with plush seats, a fully stocked minibar, and high-tech communication systems so he can stay in touch with his team while on the move. But that's not all. His SUV is also custom-built, and it's just as ready for the city as it is for rough outdoor conditions. With bulletproof windows and a reinforced body, the SUV offers the safety he wants, along with a comfortable, tech-filled interior. And if you think he only cares about modern cars, think again. He also owns a Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud, a car known for its classic elegance and craftsmanship. It's clear that he values luxury, no matter the era. But the surprises don't stop here. His Bentley Continental GT is another blend of power and style. Inside, you'll find handcrafted leather seats and a high-end sound system that make every drive feel like a special experience. The car's powerful engine guarantees that it's not just nice to look at, but fun to drive too. And if you need more proof of his love for fast, high-performance vehicles, consider the Lamborghini Diablo he once owned. This supercar is known for its speed and bold looks. Each of his vehicles not only does its job, but does it in a way that reflects his signature style and love for luxury. The Lamborghini Diablo is a car that instantly catches your eye. Even though he no longer owns this Italian beauty, it's still an important part of his car collection's history. The Diablo is not just a car, it represents his love for rare and outstanding things. Then there's the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, another standout in his collection. This car, inspired by Formula One technology, has gull-wing doors and is admired for both its looks and strong performance. It's powered by a supercharged V8 engine, making it an exciting car to drive. His collection also includes a Cadillac Alante, a convertible that was gifted to him by Cadillac, painted in his favorite color, gold. With its smooth design and fancy interior, this car shows off his love for stylish and unique vehicles. A bit of a surprise in his collection is a Tesla Roadster, an electric sports car. This is interesting because it contrasts with his usual stance on environmental issues. This eco-friendly car adds a different layer to his collection and shows that even he has an interest in new, innovative cars. But it doesn't stop there. He also owns a motorcycle covered in 24-karat gold, made by Paul Toodles Sr. from Orange County Choppers. This bike isn't just a way to get around. It's a symbol of wealth and fine craftsmanship. The use of gold on the bike is yet another example of his love for luxury and beautifully designed things. Next, we'll shift gears from his extravagant travel methods to his strategies in the political arena, where his flair for the dramatic continues to play a central role. A showcase of opulence and style in transportation. Each of these vehicles in Imitation Trump's collection isn't just about getting from one place to another. They say a lot about who he is and what he values. His limousines, supercars, and even motorcycles all reflect his style and personal tastes. These aren't just cars, they're part of how he expresses himself. This enormous yacht isn't just about sailing the seas. It's a clear statement of his wealth and constant search for luxury and ease. The yacht, with a crew of 52 and features like a helicopter landing pad, is a perfect example of his extravagant lifestyle and his eye for exceptional design. Kosagi had a yacht so impressive that it could host 100 guests for 3 months straight without needing to dock. But this wasn't just about showing off his wealth. The yacht was also a powerful tool for his business. On board, Kosagi hosted grand parties, inviting famous people from the world of movies, politics, and diplomacy. Imagine a gathering where 5 national leaders, including 3 kings, relaxed in luxury suites that had 150 telephones and high-tech satellite systems. Important deals were made, including arms trades, and when it was time to close these deals, the yacht would quietly sail into international waters, avoiding any legal problems and sealing agreements in a way no office could match. But things took a turn for the worse in the mid-1980s. Kosagi found himself in deep financial trouble and had to ask for a $50 million loan. He put up his beloved yacht, Nabila, as collateral. Sadly, he couldn't pay back the loan, and the yacht was taken by a Swiss company. They hired a yacht broker to sell it fast, and that's when he heard about it. Even though he had never been on the yacht, he made a cash offer of $30 million, beating 2 other buyers. After buying the yacht, he spent another $8.5 million to upgrade it in the Netherlands. The yacht got a new paint job, the engines were improved, and 320 meters of chamois leather were replaced. One of the fanciest cabins was turned into a playroom for kids, and an old hair salon was changed into a coat room. The yacht was renamed, and it sailed from the Azores to New York, arriving just in time for a big 4th of July party in 1988, hosted by his family. The yacht became a symbol of pure luxury. Inside, it was lined with chamois leather and beautiful bird's-eye maple wood. Every bathroom had hand-carved onyx fixtures, made by some of Italy's best artisans. One room, called the Ruby Suite, had a ceiling designed to look like the hard shell of a turtle, a huge bed, and hidden passageways for privacy. The owner's suite had a dressing room covered in mirrors, an onyx-filled bathroom with delicate tile work, a barber's chair, and a fancy shower with nozzles shaped like scallop shells. The yacht had a cigar lounge, a private elevator, a sun deck with a bar, video games, and a circular pool protected by bulletproof glass. It was clear that this yacht wasn't just for travel. It was made to impress anyone who stepped on board. But that wasn't the most extravagant part. He didn't keep the yacht just for his family. In the summer, the yacht sailed along the East Coast and often docked near a hotel in Atlantic City. It was used for charity events and offered to the casino's top players, showing off his massive wealth and taste for luxury. The yacht wasn't just a boat. It was a floating symbol of how far he had risen, outshining even other giant yachts nearby. His love for luxury didn't end at sea. His choice of helicopters was just as grand as his yachts and cars. He picked models like the Sikorsky S-76 to make sure his air travel was both safe and stylish. These helicopters were equipped with advanced noise-reducing technology, making for a quiet and comfortable flight. His helicopters reflected the same balance of luxury, security, and presidential flair that he looked for in all his modes of transportation, always making sure he traveled in the highest style possible. When he travels, it's not just about getting from one place to another. His journeys, especially by air, are all about finding the perfect mix of peace and the ability to make quick decisions. For him, being in the calm space of a helicopter is more than just a comfort. It's necessary. In his Sikorsky S-76 helicopter, everything is designed to feel luxurious. The large windows give an amazing view of the world below, reminding you of the power he holds. The seats are custom-made, not just to look good, but to be as comfortable as possible, making sure each trip is both smooth and stylish. Of course, no aircraft would be complete without the latest entertainment systems. Whether he's keeping up with the news or enjoying some downtime, these helicopters are equipped to keep him connected at all times. But beyond the fancy features, these helicopters stand out because they help him move quickly. In a world where things can change in an instant, being able to travel from one place to another fast is really important. Whether he's going from meeting to meeting or needing to leave a dangerous situation, the Sikorsky S-76 can take off and land almost anywhere, giving him the flexibility he needs. But this isn't even the most important part. For someone like him, security is everything. The helicopter isn't just a way to get around, it's a way to stay safe. If the ground becomes unsafe, the helicopter can quickly take him away to a secure place that no one knows about, keeping him safe from any threats. The ability to evacuate quickly could be life-saving, and that's something he can't take lightly. Even more clever is the use of decoy helicopters. Sometimes he has several helicopters flying at the same time, all looking the same, so no one can tell which one he's in. This makes it much harder for anyone to track him, adding another layer of protection. It's not just a smart move, it's a key part of keeping him safe when he's traveling. As we move on from his fancy ways of getting around, let's explore in the next chapter how these lavish choices shape his business plans and how people see him. The intricacies of Trump's helicopter logistics. Imitation, Trump's use of helicopters isn't limited to the US. When he visited the UK in 2018, he used helicopters to get around, avoiding traffic and keeping a tight security bubble. Planning these kinds of international trips is complicated. It involves working closely with local authorities and a lot of careful planning behind the scenes to make sure everything runs smoothly. A whole team works hard to make sure these flights go off without a hitch. The pilots are highly trained to handle any situation in the air. The security team checks the helicopter and the area around it before every flight, using the latest technology to catch any threats. Meanwhile, the support staff takes care of things like refueling and making sure there's food on board so that every flight goes as planned. But the costs are huge. A Sikorsky S-76 helicopter costs about $15 million, and the yearly maintenance and operational costs run into the millions. It's an expense that only a few people can afford. For him, though, it's worth it. The convenience, security, and luxury these helicopters provide make them a smart investment. But here's the thing, why go to all this trouble? For him, every minute counts. His helicopters aren't just a way to get around. They're mobile offices, secure spaces, and a symbol of his power and control. Whether he's flying for business or leisure, His helicopters, like the rest of his luxurious collection, represent the peak of luxury and his determination to stay in control, no matter where he is. Let's talk about one last piece that completes this whole picture: his security. Unlike most people, he can't just take a simple vacation or travel the way most of us do. Everywhere he goes, he's surrounded by a large team of security personnel. These people are responsible for his safety at all times. It's not just about being careful, it's about keeping everything secret, especially when it comes to his unique and carefully planned travels. The security around him might remind you of a scene from a big-budget movie, where the main character is constantly watched over by a team of highly skilled, super alert security agents. These agents blend into the background, but they're always ready to jump into action at a moment's notice. But this isn't a scene from a movie, it's real life. The U.S. Secret Service has designed this entire setup to keep him safe, treating him almost like he's living in a fortress. The agents protecting him are no ordinary guards. These men and women are some of the best in the field. They're picked for their physical abilities, sharp instincts, and ability to stay calm under pressure. There are even rumors that he prefers his agents to look a certain way, with an emphasis on appearance. If they don't meet his standards, they can be replaced. It's like a real-life, high-stakes show where performance really matters. But the people aren't the only impressive part. There's also the technology. Have you ever wondered what's behind the dark windows of his cars or the motorcade that zips through traffic? It's not just about bulletproof windows or tough armor. The real secret is the advanced surveillance and communication systems built into every vehicle. Whether it's a car, a plane, or even a golf cart. These vehicles are like mobile command centers, complete with GPS tracking, secure communications, and tools to spot and deal with threats before they even happen. Now, when he takes to the skies, things get even more interesting. Picture his personal Boeing 757 cruising through the air. It's not just a luxury ride, it's like a flying fortress. The Secret Service works with different agencies to make sure it's as secure as possible, similar to how they guard Fort Knox. This plane has everything from high-tech communication systems to anti-missile defenses. Every flight is carefully planned, with backup routes and emergency plans ready to go in case something goes wrong. But this isn't the worst part. On the ground, the security is just as intense. His motorcade is like a moving fortress. Every car has a specific job. The lead car checks ahead for any trouble, while the one he is in is surrounded by decoy cars and support vehicles. This isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's about staying ahead of any possible threats, with constant updates being sent back to their command center. If a situation ever got really bad, he could be taken to one of several secret safe houses. These are hidden locations, designed to keep him protected from any danger. They're fully stocked with everything he might need, including top-level medical equipment. If something goes wrong, these safe houses are where he'd go until things calm down. And there's more to the security plan. Think spy movie-level tactics. Electronic jammers are used to block any unauthorized signals, and undercover agents blend into the crowds to keep a close watch for anything suspicious. These agents are trained to spot all kinds of threats, from physical dangers to online security risks. They work around the clock to make sure he is always shielded from harm. But beyond all the gadgets and highly trained people, there's another layer of security: good old-fashioned intelligence work. The Secret Service doesn't just rely on technology. They use informants, monitor social media, and work closely with other law enforcement agencies to stay ahead of any potential threats. Their goal is simple: stop any danger before it even gets close to him. And what does all this cost? Keeping him safe isn't cheap. In just 1 year, the Secret Service spent more than $1,300,000 on hotels and travel expenses alone. It's a massive operation that takes a lot of resources to keep running smoothly. Next time you see that motorcade or private jet, remember, it's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's all part of a carefully planned strategy, with layers upon layers of protection to keep one man safe. The Secret Service takes no chances. For them, being overly cautious is just part of the job. What do you think drives Trump's extravagant travel choices? Sheer luxury or a strategic image play? Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.